Be sure to order your copy of the Go-Go Offense by Coach Brennan Marion on footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense. Coach Marion goes through the ins and outs of his explosive offense, one that's tearing up the college football field and putting a lot of points on the scoreboard. Again, you can order your copy at footballgameplan.com/GoGoOffense.
What is the balance like? Because obviously it's practice, an interception doesn't matter. I mean, just we're a young quarterback. How do you balance that?
Well, there's certain things you want the players to be aggressive in everything that they do, but they also need to be smart. And that's a fine line sometimes for a quarterback. But this is where you see what you can get away with a little bit and how your receivers, function down the field. So it's practice, and so you try things and you do things, and they're tight window throws. I've said it before. In fact, we were joking about it with the quarterbacks. Defenses push back in the NFL, and they do things to try to take things away. And so you got to continually try to stay aggressive but also be smart, take care of the ball.
What did you think of the red zone? The 2-minute drive yesterday?
Which one?
Daniels.
Oh, Daniels. Yeah, I thought he did a good job. He got us into the end zone, and that's what you're looking for. And within the drive, he did some good things playing quarterback, and he obviously made some good, strong throws. And Zoe made a nice catch at the end.
You guys feel good on good here a lot more than maybe some other camps around the league. Is that philosophy of the defense pushing back and trying to get your ones ready for that type of challenge, kind of the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, well, I couldn't tell you what other teams do. I've been other places where you went ones on twos, twos on ones. I just think the competition of ones on ones is important as long as you're competing and you're being smart. And then there are other settings where we will do ones on twos, but I like going ones on ones.
continuity to be the number one critical element for an offensive line to be successful?
It is most definitely, because you got to know who you're working with. You know, you got to figure out who your starting five are going to be. You got to figure out right away, because it's not five guys playing; it's it's one group, one unit playing. So the continuity is probably most fundamental of any group on the entire line. First of all, I think it's got a different makeup mentally. And, you know, when you add two veteran players like Mike Remmers, Kevin Zeitler, two serious guys, got a lot of NFL snaps. They're a pro's pro. They're tough, smart. So all of a sudden you've added a lot to that group. So you got some veteran players there. You get John Halapio back, who brings a real toughness about him. You got Spencer Pulley still in the mix because I still consider him like a starting caliber. And of course you got Nate on the left side who brings a lot to the group, and Will be a second year older, so you hope that sophomore year you expect a lot of improvement. I just think there's a more serious, focused, kind of, I would say more of a kind of old school approach there now, and that's what those players bring. Got some good young players coming up, and so there's a little bit of competition in there, and there's just a real focused, determined work ethic going on right now. It's off the first group, you guys all seen that, but I'm trying to get Spencer in there working with that first group. They're going to battle it out. Won't make any decisions till the practice is practice. So we'll do all the evaluations in the preseason games, and probably through those first three, and then you make a decision, let the best man go. I mean, they're both good players. They both are a little bit different type players.
In what way?
Well, Spencer's a real mentally savvy player. He's a good technician. Knows how to use he's a little bit lighter. He knows how to use his body technique to get things done. He was real productive for us in the last half of the season. P.O. Was just starting to hit his stride when he got hurt last year. He's tough, he's strong, he's got a lot of power and everything. He's got a little bit different type game. Both within themselves fits within our scheme, so it's just coach them both, let the best man win. Like our goal is, like we tell them every day, we want to coach every one of you guys to be the best player you can be, then you go on the field and you determine who the starter's going to be. And that makes it easy. So, my job is to make Theo the best player he can be, and my job is to get Spencer to beat him up. That's kind of how I look at it.
Is Johnny back to where he was? John?
He was actually playing really good last year. He played at Nebraska, and then he got that foot injury. He was on IR, then he came back, was on practice squad, he was IR the whole year. And then he's come back, he really stepped up once he put the pads on. He's big, strong, tough, smart. I see why he played at Nebraska. He's a Nebraska type player, so he's done a pretty good job. There's a lot of guys that have done some good things with that second group. Brian Mihalik who was our third tackle last year. He's doing some good things, got good length, been playing left tackle, been playing some with the first group when we've been spelling Nate a little bit. He's done a good job. But everybody's provided some. Evan Brown's still fighting in there. He's been a little bit out of position because, again, now he's kind of the third center, been working at some at second guard. So some of those guys have really come along, and it'll be a real battle for that for some of those last spots on the roster.